So one of the moments that I really felt seen kind of felt like a scene from the movies. I don't remember how old I was, but it's this very specific memory. I was about like 7 years, maybe 8 years old, and I was on the beach by myself, an only child. Obviously, family was there, but when you're an only child, you kind of have to like play with yourself and like meet friends and strangers. And there's this girl there, and I don't know if I had my 3DS or I don't know what, and I was like, "Hi," and she was like, "Hey, hello." And then it started off as a regular conversation until she said that she played video games, which at the time growing up, girls did not play video games, right? I had a couple friends that were into it, but it was not really like a lot of people like me. And I don't remember what in the conversation sparked, but there was like a moment where we kind of both stared at each other, kind of like from opposite sides of the rock. And I think either I said it or she said it, but I was like, I have never met I never thought I would meet anybody like me. Because we were weird. We were gamers. And it was just a really odd situation, which I wish I could give you guys the detail, but it was life changing. And let's move on to another moment. So this is when I realized that I was queer, and I was in junior high school. So I was there for like a summer camp program, and there's this girl at sitting by the benches, like where you eat, right? And I was big into reading and writing then, which I'm kind of having a relapse with reading. Like I've just been reading nonstop for like the past like 3 days. I just every now and then I like relapse and then I just start reading nonstop. Happens just every few months. But she was there. And I just so happened to be reading and I had Wattpad open. Which firstly, if you were on Wattpad during that point in time, like you probably been reading some stuff, but I was particularly reading a sapphic novel that was very steamy. We were like 13 or 14 at the time, and she was like, "Oh, you're reading that book," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Like I didn't like who I didn't expect to see you there. And she was like, "I read that book too," and then it was like this big pause, and it was like kind of like a look back and forth. And then she's like, I didn't know anybody else read those books here, And I was like, me neither. And we did not talk since that day. I feel like that's a common pattern. But we did not talk since that day. But it was like, like the vibes, the writers, like the show writers with that episode of my life, they were writing. That was good. Here's a moment where kind of the opposite thing happened. So at the same school, I was sitting on the bench one day, just sort of like minding my own business. Um, and this girl walked up to me and she said, "Nobody likes you." Um, which obviously, like, oh no, don't like let it get to you. Like, why would you let that get to you? But it's like when you're 13 or 12, I think it was 12 at the time. When you're 12 and you have this anxiety already that people don't like you and somebody comes up to confirm it, it really stings. And I just sat there and I laughed it off. I was like, wow, yeah. I was, and then she was like, "You're weird." And I was like, "Yeah, in a good way." And then she just looked at me, "No, in a really bad way." Um, and I said, "Okay." And I just sort of like stood there for a bit. Um, and then I don't remember what she said after that, but I remember getting up and like locking myself in the bathroom, which was something I frequently did during those years. Um, the school was super small. There was like no place to like really be alone. So I would oftentimes like just go in the bathroom and lock myself in there because it was a single stall bathroom. And I just cried. Um, but like a year later, that same girl said, "Oh my God, I love you. Like, you're so confident. Like, just being you. Like, you're so unique and you're so like um confident just being yourself. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. She's like, yeah. And I don't know. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was not a great time for me. And I transferred schools, not because of that situation, but just because I had to go to a high school and their high school program was not great. I have another story regarding that school's high school program. Um, and well, you will hear about it. But yeah, that's a different video. But yeah, and then once I got into my new high school, it was a lot bigger. There were a lot more people, and I immediately felt sort of at home because on the first day orientation, I met one of my friends from primary school and she remembered me. Girl, I saw this girl running up to me. She was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God, River, River." And I was like, "Hello?" And then I see her, I'm like, "Oh, hi." She's like, "Remember me? My name is," let's go with Emma. "My name's Emma." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." But somehow like we clicked and we just became best friends. Like we got put in the same homeroom and we had assigned seats like right next to each other. And we were just best friends all throughout high school because we were unique. Um and we had similar interests. I think she was somewhat into video games, she was into art, I was into music. And it really did feel nice like having people that I could talk to because at my previous school that wasn't the case. It was too small and no one really liked me. But at my high school, I was accepted. So we were friends. I had other friends, and the high school also had a drama and poetry club, which I immediately flocked to. And I would go there every Tuesday during lunch, and it was incredible. um, and yeah, let's get to the biggest part though. The biggest moment where I very much felt seen was college. College were some of my best years. I didn't go to a traditional 4-year program. I went to a 2-year program, but those 2 years were some of the most um, impactful 2 years of my life. I met so much people there, and for once in my life, I felt like I wasn't. I didn't feel odd. I didn't feel like I had to like hide myself in like like coodle or whatever the word is with like this very small group of select people. Like when I went to college and I went to this art school, like I was in the majority for once. Like I had common interests with people. I had so many friends, like so much people just thought I was cool and I thought so many people were cool. And it was really, really nice. And I think that's also gonna be another story time because oh my god, but yeah, this is just a short video, y'all, because I just need to get a video out. Unfortunately, there's gonna be no vlog today. I am so sorry. I love the in-between diaries, but unfortunately, we gotta put that on hold for today. Tomorrow, though, is another story. You guys are definitely getting a vlog tomorrow. But yeah, I just had to post something. So I hope this was good. I hope this was relaxing. So you could listen to this and like go to bed or something, just don't click off because I need that viewer attention. But yeah, if you enjoyed this format, let me know and I'll mix these in with my vlogs and also mix these in with my video essays and then we're gonna have a good time. So yeah, see you guys. Bye. Love you.